Have you ever wondered why you're here? Why do humans exist? Why does life exist? Was it all a random series of events that led to the making of this video and you watching it right here, right now? Or was the course of humanity all planned out before life even came to be? There are a lot of questions that are impossible to answer. And we all wonder about these questions from time to time. Curiosity around our existence is totally normal and is even considered healthy, as thinking about the why can help us accept complicated aspects of life, like death. It's good for us to consider the bigger picture, except of course when it turns into an obsession. Existential OCD is when someone becomes obsessed with the why. Their mission becomes finding answers to questions that cannot be answered. This impossible task spirals into a cycle of obsessions and compulsions until the sufferer can no longer carry out their normal responsibilities and duties. They're too busy trying to find these answers. In this video, we're going to take a look into existential OCD, what obsessing with the why looks like, and how to get treatment. If you're new here, my name is Emily from Impulse Therapy, the online OCD treatment platform. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for weekly tips on OCD management and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we post a new video. And with that, let's hop straight into the topic of this week's video, existential OCD and the obsession with why. Similarly to OCD, the hallmark of existential OCD is obsessions, intrusive thoughts, ideas, urges, and images that pop into the sufferer's head and cause distress. This type of OCD focuses on the existence of things as well as people and explores the acting, thinking, and feeling that comes with being human. The intrusive nature of these thoughts means that they're unwanted and are out of the sufferer's control. The individual doesn't think of these things voluntarily, but rather they enter into the mind uninvited, almost as if the mind has a mind of its own. Existential OCD often offers no rest for the sufferer. It's a philosophically based OCD type where sufferers seek answers to unanswerable questions and crave certainty about uncertain things. Once an obsession has entered the mind, the sufferer engages in compulsions in order to neutralize their anxiety. This quickly turns into the standard OCD symptom cycle, with the individual experiencing an intrusive thought that causes them anxiety, resulting in the sufferer engaging in a compulsion to ease their anxiety momentarily before a new intrusive thought enters the mind, causing this cycle to repeat over and over again. An example of the cycle for someone with existential OCD may look something like this. I am afraid I live in an imagined reality. This thought is giving me anxiety. I need to ease this anxiety somehow. I can ask people around me to get reassurance that I'm real. Now that I've gotten this reassurance, I feel less anxious. For someone experiencing existential OCD, obsessions go well beyond normal or healthy. Sufferers are so consumed by their thoughts that they may stop attending classes or going to work, preferring instead to look for meaning in the world. They may neglect hygiene or basic needs, refraining from showering or eating because they're so preoccupied with their search for answers and because they aren't totally certain that the mashed potato on their plate is even real. Some common obsessions for existential OCD sufferers include things like wondering about the meaning of life, experiencing intrusive thoughts that suggest life may be pointless, wondering about purpose and experiencing intrusive thoughts around not having any, wondering if items or situations are even real, fearing we live in an alternative reality, convincing ourselves that we're dreaming, in a coma, or that we actually already died and don't know it. Sufferers may even worry about why they are the person that they are. Some accompanying compulsions to these obsessions include things like asking people for their thoughts and ideas about purpose and the meaning of life, devouring textbooks and articles around the topic of why, repeatedly taking philosophy classes, praying excessively to God or a higher power, asking for guidance and insight. Sufferers may even harm themselves, looking for pain to convince themselves that they are in fact real. So what does treatment look like for existential OCD? Well, similarly to any type of OCD, that totally depends on the individual. We all respond differently to different types of treatment, whether that be medication, therapy, or otherwise. Typically, existential OCD can be treated with a course of cognitive behavioral therapy and exposure response prevention. ERP may involve asking the patient to expose themselves to the thought that life is in fact meaningless. They would then be instructed to refrain from asking others for reassurance or running to the library to check out that extra thick philosophy book. Medication may also be offered as treatment for existential OCD. However, medication should always be accompanied by therapy treatment, with a 90% relapse rate in OCD patients who only take medication without any form of therapy treatment. As always, speak with your doctor before starting any course of medication. So that was our deep dive into existential OCD. Is there anything we've missed regarding existential OCD? Do you frequently wonder about the why? Let us know in the comments down below. And be sure to hit the like button if you'd like to see more content like this. Until next time, from us at Impulse Therapy, stay safe and see you soon.